So, captains, this is a brief tutorial on how to fill in the scoring sheet for the Zwift Racing this year. So each week I plan to send you a score sheet, and what you should see at the moment is that this is the week 1 score sheet which you should be using this week. You'll be able to tell it should have here the name week 1 on it, and it tells you the week commencing Monday the 5th of February. The races should take place between the 4th and the 12th, not including those days. So what you need to do when you're the home captain is first of all put in the race date. Let's say that the race and this time has been the 5th of February 2024. There's a validation on this, so it's giving you a choose date and it's giving you the format that you should put that in on. So we've entered that date. Let's now put in the home team. Let's say that the home team is Lincoln, and put in the away team, and let's say the away team is Brad. Okay, now you need to then next go to your Zwift results page that hopefully you've set up your event correctly, and if you've done that, then here you should be able to put the total number of finishes. So you want to see how many people. You go scroll down to the end of that results screen, get to the bottom and see the position that the last person in came. Let's say that there were in this race 24 finishers. Okay, so then if you've done that correctly and you've gone to the next stage, then when you get to the various teams, remembering that there could be more than one team in each individual club, then you should have a drop down box. If you click on it, it should say to choose the team, and this should now be populated with the options that you've put in home and away. So if you click here, it'll give you the option of Lincoln or Brad. So let's say the first one was Lincoln. Okay, and then what I would tend to do is put in the rider names for each of those clubs. We'll call them A, B, C, D, E, and F in this team, and I won't go through all of them here because it'd be quite dull, but let's make sure that for each of these we select whether they are if they are an under 16, a female, or an over 50, then we have the option. So we're going to say that this rider here, yes, fits that category, and we'll put in another club here, another team here. Well, this can be from the team Brad, and then we'll call them Z, Y, X, P, V, and U. Okay, and we'll say that this one has 2 riders in here. Now you'll see that already it started to guess the points for these people, but you can ignore that at this stage, because what you now need to do is go back to your Zwift screen and put in their finishing positions. So let's say that rider A came first, rider B came 24th, and you can see there, so the first position rider will score 24 points, and the last position rider, 24th position rider, will come 5th. We should find that if I try to put 25 in, it has allowed me to do that. It shouldn't really allow me to do that, it doesn't really matter. So 10th in there. Now you'll see that this score is a bit peculiar, 22.5, 22.5, and that is because this rider here fits the special category under 16, over 50 or female, and they get 1.5 times the number of points for theirs. That's why their point looks a bit strong. So if we see that rider D, for example, came in 9th, just ahead of them, you can see here that they don't score quite as many points. So let's put some more finishing positions in. So I won't go through all the other teams. I've just given you 2 examples of teams there. And then what you'll see is that, it's quite close. So what you'll see is that this team here, team 1 from Lincoln, okay, let's call them Lincoln A. At this point, they got 108.5, and this team here scored 104. And that's all you need to do. Then what I would like you to do is to save that score sheet and email it over to me. For those of you that want to understand how the scoring system works and what we allocate, What I will do is when I receive those, the team that has the most points here, I will allocate a number of points to them. And what I do is every team of 6 gets 1 point for competing and 1 point for every other team that they beat. So if, for the sake of argument, in this case, there were just the 2 teams racing, this one would get 3 points. And, sorry, start again. This team would get 3 points. So they get a point for competing and 2 points for every team they beat. And this team would get 1 point. There we go. There's always an odd number, the results here. Now, what that means, and just this is to help you understand the makeup of your teams. What that means is at the end of a race, the more teams that have competed, and therefore the more teams that your group of 6 have beaten, the more points they will get. So in this point, Lincoln A will have 3 points, and Brad A will have 1 point. If there was a Lincoln B team that came in second, then Lincoln A would have actually got 5 points, and so on and so forth. So the scoring system is designed to reward a few things. The more teams that take part, the better the best team will do. So if you race and you only compete against one other team, the best you can get is 3 points. If you race against 10 other teams, then obviously you can get you can get 21 points essentially. You can get 2 points for every team that you beat and 1. So the more teams that turn up, even if they're from your own club, the better your best team does. And at the end of the series, we see whether, for example, Lincoln A has beaten Lincoln B, has beaten Rochdale C, and so on and so forth. So that's the way in which that works. So the system is designed to reward numbers. It's designed to reward the better riders, but it's also designed to reward a little bit getting some participation from the under-16s, the over-50s, and the female riders in the group, rather than it just be a male-dominated race. So as you can see here, for example, in this team, rider C here came in 10th, but scored very nearly many points as the rider who came in first because they were in the special category. So they're valuable. In fact, what we see here is rider P in this group, who actually came 7th, actually scored more points than the rider who came first because they're in a special category. So getting good riders in special categories works, getting more teams together works and helps you, and obviously the better you cycle, the better you do. Hopefully that explains the system for you. Hopefully you fully understand how that works, and good luck.